25 men, 25 against 100 or better, fought to keep this land, just this small little town of Aragon. And today I want to share some of that story with you. So let's go on a journey. Y'all, we're back on the road, and I need to tell you what these roads and this terrain has taught me. Same highway, different eyes. That's not just a phrase for me anymore. It's literally what this drive through New Mexico has been. Desert, then pasture, then mountains, then rock. New Mexico is absolutely stunning if you give it a chance. It's healing ground. All of this terrain change has been within a few miles of each other. And how significant is that to life? The footage that I'm showing you here in this episode is all in the span of 15 miles. 15 miles of highway. This town sits on the side of an old fort, Fort Tularosa. It was built in 1872 to protect the Apache Indian Agency, but it was abandoned a couple of years later. But in 1880, it was rebuilt, this time by Buffalo soldiers, led by a sergeant named George Jordan. Sergeant Jordan led 25 men, 25 against more than 100 people coming at them and attacking. And they held this ground right here. He earned the Medal of Honor for that effort, that success. 25 people, outnumbered 4-1, and they didn't get overrun. That is grit. I don't know about you, but I know what it feels like to be outnumbered, and outnumbered by doubt, outnumbered by the voices, including your own, telling you the odds don't look good for whatever it is God's asking you to hold on to. But hard doesn't mean done. 25 men are proof of that, standing right here on this ground. Here's the other thing about this town. It wasn't always called Aragon. From 1886 to 1906, it was called Joseph. Then it became Aragon, named after a Spanish family that still lives here today. A name change, a whole identity shift, right here, all on this same dirt. And that's the season I want to talk to you guys about. It's the in between. Because when I retired, I didn't get handed a new name or a new assignment all in that day. Yes, it was exciting, and yes, I had plans, but I sat in a big stretch of time where the old thing was over and the new thing hadn't shown up yet. Some of you call that a limbo stage, but I call it that gap season. You're still you, even in the in between, and I know that firsthand because when I was in that gap between retired and stepping into my long sought after kingdom assignment, I just kept trying to figure out, who am I now? I was missing who I had been in the last season of my life and trying to force an answer before I had actually caught up with myself. So I caused confusion. I was sitting in chaos, and I don't operate well in chaos. Trying to peg an identity on myself before it was time, and that's exactly what distracts us, you and me, from our Jerusalem, your kingdom assignment. So if this is speaking to something inside of you, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Every week on this channel, we're walking through heart healing, dream pursuit, and what it looks like to actually come back in a season that feels strange, that you've never experienced before, and you don't want to miss what's next. If you're in a Joseph season right now, a season where you know you're not who you used to be, but you haven't really absorbed who you're supposed to be in the season you're in right now, don't quit. It's not over. There's more of this land to walk. So come on, let's do this together.